Los Angeles is burning. Its streets filled with panic and fear, chilling glimpse we take today into the future of our financial world as BlackRock, a titan of global finance, could be ready to force a Bitcoin fork that could shatter the foundations of crypto trust as we know it. And as these markets collapse, I'll reveal to you the coins and the projects that I am holding with conviction to weather the storm and why this moment could redefine the fate for our financial futures. Welcome in, welcome one, welcome all to the blockchain basement, folks. Holy cow, what a crash we are experiencing on Bitcoin. Holy cow, things are getting crazy out there. Bitcoin did, right before we went live, breach below $94,000. It is currently at $93,890. Holy shit. Kind of feel like I need to let this dust settle before getting too spicy on things. Some of the scary potentials me and Kelly were talking about yesterday, they might be playing out. But something that we called long ago, me and BJ here on the show, and I just talked to him about this on the way home from work. He called me. It was already on my mind. I already had it on the story. I really think that BJ and me need to hash this out on the show, but we are going to be taking a dive into a scary potential for BlackRock and the control that they now have. But before we get into all this alpha, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel here. We are at 68,500 subscribers on the YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed and join as a member to support the show. Support us on X as well. You can find me at Druth Crypto. And Isaac, you will find us hate mailing each other.
For funsies.
Do
you want to read this off or just leave it to them to go find it?
We're going to read them off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Isaac at Isaac Does Crypto. I had to comment. I had to drop a comment on him. His little post about drift. Congratulations, Isaac. You managed to turn Crypto Bro into a full-time personality. Your tweets read like ChatGPT bots trained exclusively on Elon Musk's rejected ideas and discount fortune cookies. I literally just ate a fortune cookie as well. So fortuitous. You're so deep into the trenches of crypto, you can't see how cliche your DYOR mantra has become co-hosting a blockchain podcast. I'm sure all three of your listeners are thrilled. Your TikTok following is probably more interesting in watching you lose money in real time than your groundbreaking insights into the next big shitcoin. Keep chasing those all-time highs, buddy. Maybe one day you'll reach the all-time high of self-awareness.
Yes.
Solana. Back under $200, Isaac.
I'm aware we went over this, and I'm not going to repeat what I said before the show about Solana because we're keeping it chill today.
It's getting weird out there. Welcome into the show, though, you guys. Max Mill, Elos, Cali Crypto Dude. We got a lot of stories out of L.A., those fires. Hearts are going out to the families affected by the fires in California right now. Holy cow. Nicole Ministator, sufficient enough. Kyle Watts.gun. And Adam Bombetti, don't you own any Walther, or Smith & Wesson hoodies? No, I don't do that. I don't mess around.
Gay.
I mean, okay, here's the deal. The Smith & Wesson MMP, fine, if you must. That one's never jammed on me. I think that's what Nick liked. But really only the MMP and the Glocks have not jammed on me. Every other type of weapon that I have used / trained with has jammed on me. So there's a reason why I'm a Glock maxi. Now, Bitcoin, what do we got here? We're trying to break back up to $94,000, looking very, very weak. And something scary Kelly and I were talking about yesterday is the head and shoulders pattern. A little bit of a shoulder there, a head, and another shoulder. Now, the measured move, should this play out in the most disgusting of ways, would unfortunately break us back down to the $77,000 level.
But there is a futures gap that we need to fill at $77,000.
I'm sick of your shit. There's still that CME gap.
Yep. Yeah. All the way down there, 77K.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to let some dust settle on this, honestly. And if we do end up holding this, like the bottom end of this range is at $91,600. This is like the Pico bottom per se over the last few weeks here. The first one is kind of established on November 26th, 2024. Secondary one just above it on December 6th, another on December 20th, and once again at December 30th. So We might be on our way to testing that out once again. Only time will tell. Liquidations going crazy. Hundreds of millions of dollars once again liquidated from the cryptocurrency markets. And it's choosing violence. Just down only. It was kind of funny last night watching this thing too, because there wasn't any, there was like no longs in place, and it's still just jackknifed to the downside. So very, very crazy to see. We got a full palette of even, we got the LA stories, but holy cow, I got all kinds of stuff to go over. We got bearish payroll data, yields continuing to explode, U.S. potential fake out on Bitcoin reserves being talked about by pretty big names now. Obviously the BlackRock fork, East Coast deep freeze coming in. So we're burning on one side of the country, about to deep freeze on the other side of the country. A weird time to be alive. Trump to be sentenced before inauguration. Holy cow. Historic Trump tax cut plan. Toronto invasion prep. China cuts ties with Taiwan. Whoa. This is a thick news stack.
Yeah, I know. There's so much news today. It's just been insane.
Hex watches now on sale. Great deal for Hex watches. So let's get into it. What do we got here? Let's start it off. We got this from Benjamin Cowan talking about ADP non-farm payrolls. A little bit bearish. Actual came in at 122,000. Estimates were hoping just under 140,000. So the prior 146, we've been consistently ticking down on the actual non-farm ADP payrolls. But yesterday's data, the bullish little nugget that we had yesterday, was that there was more job openings than they expected. So cutting more people and trying to hire more, maybe they're just trying to cut the people that are, in their opinion, overpaid, which is still underpaid, and trying to hire in people for cheaper rates, right?
Yeah.
Potentially. So now, it looks like we do have the FOMC meeting today. Sufficient enough highlighting that. Whew. You know what? Let's do the Fed, what was it? The futures.
Yeah.
I think it was like the CME futures. Let's check it out. CME Fed Watch, CMEgroup.com. Oh, let's see here. Oh, it looks like it's in 21 days, they're saying here. But the estimate's still at no move. Estimates are still at no move for the Federal Reserve Fed funding rates. We'll keep an eye on that. But bonds, here, we were talking about it yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of the pressure on Bitcoin risk assets because bond yields are exploding. Bonds are about to seriously break shit, according to Coopy. And you all are totally unprepared. This is highlighting Jim Blanco's UK 30-year yield coming in at 5. Is that 5 point?
It's 5.246%.
God.
Jeez.
5.2% yield on a 30-year note. This is crazy. Crazy to see that level of yield. I think it did hit these levels in 1999, it looks like, but it has been a long time since we've seen yields like that in the UK. Absolutely nuts. And this is just a grander look at the world's yields here. There's a lot of pressures on risk assets right now, folks. This is the picture I'm trying to paint for you. Sweet Joseph of Nantucket, it's here. This is the Great Martise. The 10-year yield in the United States hitting 4.72%. The 30-year in the U.S. hitting 4.9. So we're getting pretty close to that 5 mark here in the U.S. as well. Australia at 4.1 on the 1 year. The 5-year coming in at 4.1 as well. The 10-year at 4.6. And Spain 2.3. Germany 2.5. And France at a 3.3. So very, very interesting. Lots of hard selling from governments trying to back up and get their fiat currencies hoisted up. It is getting desperate out there. And another thing Benjamin Cowan was talking about, that yield kind of putting pressure on the SPX and the Bitcoin markets. Same idea still happening. The 10-year yield going up, causing risk assets like Bitcoin and SPX to drop. Similar thing happened from July to October of 2023. Very, very interesting note to make, where we had essentially a kind of a lull moment. We had a little bit of a pullback, the yields go up, and overall Bitcoin price getting pushed back down here. And this is kind of an interesting time frame. The time frame where I hammered into all my chain link was right at that September 23rd, maybe, of 2023.
Yeah.
I like the number 23 too. That was another thing that played into it, was the favorite, my favorite days. like how realistic you guys are, not just moon boys. Tom G, I appreciate that. And you know, this is going to be something big to talk about.
Let's do it.
But we're going to do it. We got to talk about something not great that I'm seeing on the overall Bitcoin chart. Now, you guys know I'm a 4-year maxi. I love, historically, I've loved the fib patterns and how it's played out, in relevance of a 4-year cycle. We got to talk about some stuff here. So, because I see a big variable now. The all-time high in, from the 2013 timeframe to 2017, that's what we're looking at here. You get trapped in that previous all-time high, you zip through the 1 to 1.618, and then you find your chop in the 1.618 to 2.618, historically, right? In this chop, you went all the way just above that realm, came all the way back down to the bottom line of it, and then we're able to cook up from there. Keep in mind that was the movement towards the 2017 top. This market I'm about to show you, for contrast and more data comparison, is the 2017 Pico top to the 2021 Pico top, okay? Now we zip through after getting trapped at these previous all-time highs, just the same, sure. And at large, like, it looked roughly the same, but a little different. A little different. Okay, so we only overshot this fib level by about 38% before coming back down and proving its baseline as support, which is different than the market I just showed you here, where we overshot by quite a bit more. Let's do just a quick measurement, so we can get a degree of the loss of velocity. And this is expected when the market cap continues to get higher and higher. The upside velocity is diminished. $1 trillion is a lot harder to come up with than $1 billion. We overshot this fib level by 65% here. We had a 65% overshoot from the 2013 to 2017. We had a 38% overshoot from the 2017 to 2021 bull market right here in this zone. Now let's look at, and so now we basically had our velocity cut nearly in half, right, of what we looked at so far. Let's look at what things are looking at now. So we barely made it into the 1.618 realm before getting slapped like
across the face.
What'd you say?
I slapped across the face like a red red-headed stepchild. There we go.
You were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it. We barely experienced a shot over into the red on this, you guys. Like, this is looking weak AF. What is this even coming to here? Let's see here, because I was expecting an overshoot, but that's only 6%. Right? You go from a 65% overshoot to a 38% overshoot to a 6% overshoot, and now we're experiencing that same chop. Now, it could be maybe Wall Street is more married to us, and we see them resetting their allocations in a more heavy manner here, right? Getting ready for the next fiscal year. Could be BlackRock baking us all out, helping, cause a little bit of uncertainty and doubt and fear into the crypto degen's heart before they continue to buy up and gobble up all the Bitcoin assets. Or it could be just a basic diminishment of returns. So this is something I'm keeping out. And, if we didn't have this diminishment, that brings us up to these levels, which I was at large expecting, and I still do expect the ETF and the nation state kind of FOMO race to help us get to this top range. But man, don't leave it out of the question to only accomplish $150,000, $160,000 this cycle.
Yeah, it's sadly looking like that right now.
I mean, that's kind of what it's looking like. And this is all based on time. Like, regardless of wherever this price is, I'm leaving around. I'm going to start selling all my positions out in May/June, and then be completely out of the market by December. That's the plan. But at large, we have to keep based. And just recognize the data is different this time. It truly is different in a positive way on the news side and all these talking heads, but also very different on the statistical side. Very, very different. And, this is just something, everyone is talking about tax loss harvesting and all this stuff in the last bull market, mind you, when we were in December timeframe, and we experienced no such pullback. Okay, this is December into January. I mean, December was one of our best damn months, right? Absolutely insane. There was no reallocation, no resetting in this zone. And like I said, it could be more connected to Wall Street, but very, very interesting to see. Now we go on to the rest of the stories here. Peter Schiff. Once it becomes obvious that the U.S. government won't be buying Bitcoin, those who bought hoping to front-run the buying will sell. Michael Saylor will be forced to accelerate his leveraged Bitcoin purchase to prevent a crash, but this will only delay the crash until MicroStrategy crashes first.
Interesting. Now,
infinite money glitch being assassinated before nation states take over the holdings?
Possibly.
Not too out of...
Nothing's impossible.
Out of the question. Not too out of the question. So that is very, very interesting. Potentially getting a USA fake out on the Bitcoin reserve, seeing market makers annihilate the master of the infinite money glitch, who is Michael Saylor as things sit currently, and then being off to the races, filling up their own bags after the nasty crash in 2026, 2027. And it, if we do only accomplish a $160,000, $170,000 Bitcoin, I'm still looking for like a 50 to 60% drawdown on Bitcoin's price into that time frame, which actually feels a little bit better to me. Like seeing Bitcoin be able to come back to like $80,000, maybe even $70,000, right? 2026, 27.
You able to buy Bitcoin?
That's because that gives us long-term time to stack and get ready for it. Now, we just dropped below 93K. We are losing ground quick, folks. Holy God. Holy good googly moogly. It is looking brutal out there on the Bitcoin landscape. Lots of fear, lots of doubt, lots of uncertainty. Let's keep rolling through this. What is the next? Oh, gosh. The next story is real. This is a doozy.
Oh, fun.
BlackRock ETF and the nefarious plan that might be being laid out for Larry Fink's total control of Bitcoin. Now, this is an old school theory from the blockchain basement. This is a dangerous one. And I'll start it off with this. BlackRock was indeed buying yesterday, right? They ETFs, they saw an inflow of 6,200 Bitcoin, worth $596 million yesterday. While many were panic selling, these whales are loading up. That's great. Okay, great to know they're still buying. But what if BlackRock fork of Bitcoin is a reality? BlackRock potentially forking $55 billion worth of Bitcoin. SEC docs leaked a black Bitcoin fork. This account, Beehive, spent about 24 hours researching the market data. And this, as I said, we beat this guy to the punch big time. But you know what? We got to get our own write-up about this out ASAP. But in the last few days, there has been a buzz in the market about the creation of a Bitcoin fork by BlackRock. Many users have panicked and don't really understand what this is about. After researching the topic, he was shocked. Full information below. There's Larry Fink. And I want to be careful about what I say here. But do I say it, Isaac?
We're not monetized. Go ahead.
Usury. Okay, just go
search
look
up usury, guys.
Yeah. Here we go. Now, number 2, what is a Bitcoin fork? Let's just explain this. A fork occurs in a blockchain when significant changes are made to its source code. One of the most prominent examples of cryptocurrency forks can be found in the early disagreements within the Bitcoin community. This turned into something that we all know as Bitcoin Cash today. Popular forks, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and Bitcoin Cash. Satoshi Vision not so well known anymore, but something worth noting. It all started with screenshots from BlackRock's SEC documentation for the iShares Bitcoin Trust. And to summarize, it talks about reworking the Bitcoin network. The information confirmed by the image below. In the event of a hard fork of the Bitcoin network, the sponsor will, if permitted by the terms of the trust agreement, use its discretion to determine which network would be considered the appropriate network for the trust purposes. Okay? There are no guarantees that the sponsor will choose a digital asset that is ultimately the most valuable fork. Very, and you would think they're profit driven. Why wouldn't they want the most profitable? Wouldn't that be a gimme, right? To obviously go for the more profitable side. In this write-up, there is no guarantee that the sponsor will choose that most valuable fork if this should happen. And many think that this screenshot is fake, but that is not the case. In one of BlackRock's documents, the iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF, everything is clearly outlined. It gives a link here in this write-up. Thank you very much, Cali Crypto Dude, for dropping the super chat. Now, here's the documentation of it. After closely examining the information of the website, few points confused him. In the event of a Bitcoin hard fork, the sponsor will, if allowed by the trust agreement, use its discretion for the appropriate network. And the lack of clear boundaries between creating a fork has often led to unpleasant consequences. The second point is, what is BlackRock's benefit in creating a less profitable? BlackRock is a company that bears fiduciary responsibility to ensure its clients make money. Why create a less profitable fork if they're already making huge profits from ETFs? I'll answer this. Financial monetary control of the only chance humanity has at escaping enslavement by banks. That's it. This is the only chance that this society has, Bitcoin, decentralized finance, of escaping perpetual servitude to central banks. Full stop. Now, could BlackRock maybe just put itself in front of the line of fire, use the padded out pockets of investors' money to hammer into these assets, to shill Bitcoin, to take control of it? And then all of a sudden they have a monetary backing, obviously, to incentivize the developers to make the fork happen. This is something we have to take seriously. Money speaks. Holy cow, that was a lot of membership.
Yeah.
That was a lot of membership. Thank you very much, Cali Crypto Dude, for that. Wow. Very, very fortunate to have a community like you guys. From the outside, there seems to be a misunderstanding of the Bitcoin fork information. Many experts claim the fork is a risk disclosure, indicating that they might choose a zero value option in the case of a fork. Very, very interesting. A lot of people thinking this sounds like science fiction. Here's a screenshot, yada, yada. But here's also something that I think this is what tipped me and BJ off very, very early about this potentiality.
Yeah.
Is BlackRock published a video with this disclaimer. There is no guarantee that Bitcoin's 21 million supply cap will not be changed. Doesn't mean they control more than 51% of the hash rate. And so we started thinking about this when we started seeing those investments from BlackRock into like Marathon, from all those other massive, massive Bitcoin mining organizations. We see the difficulty in hash rate going parabolic. We see the average person basically being pushed out of the game when it comes to mining Bitcoin. And it leaves you to ask many questions. Is there really a guarantee on Bitcoin's 21 million supply cap? At the bottom here in this video from BlackRock, highlights the 21 million, but then there is no guarantee that Bitcoin's 21 million supply cap will not be changed. Very, very dangerous times we're heading in here. This is, we're in it to win it. You can't win it without risking the biscuit. It's just, it's got to be a big deal. It's got to be a big deal for the people that are old school Bitcoiners, ethos of decentralized finance, being the power of becoming our own banks, of holding our own assets, and this potentiality of this kind of hybrid mutant situation where we're married to Wall Street now. We see players really from the game that we tried to fight now taking over and even buying large shareholdings of the main mining companies on the planet. A very, very intense thing to think about. So, wow, I'm kind of overtaken, but that was a lot of memberships, a lot of support.
A lot of support, and that was also a lot of information.
Yeah.
Feel free to rewind and rewatch to soak it all in.
Yeah, we're going to put this out as a video tonight.
We're going to put this out as a video, and we're also going to post a big little thread about it ourselves.
Yeah, you got to cut out that little tip, though, that I gave at the beginning.
Yeah.
Be careful with your finger. All right. So now moving on to the next big stories, the biggest stories on the planet here. LA erupting into a fiery hellscape overnight. This is an insane video of an aerial shot of the fires over on Las Vegas. Let's have a look at this. From an airplane vantage point, this is absolutely terrifying. Something that, you know, we see the foliage, we see the air's pretty dry, people, me and Jeremy were talking about, they just have to have all their lush, gardens and all these things. But man, things lit up like a tinderbox out there. And bulldozers had to remove hundreds of abandoned cars left behind by people who evacuated on foot as 30,000 people evacuate amid a major wildfire in Palisades, California. Here's a video of wildfire crews moving these vehicles out of the way. Absolutely insane.
All of these cars,
this looks like a horror movie.
So
yeah.
All of the drivers panicked. They took their keys. This is Palisades.
Of course, there's Josh's Tesla, right? What was Josh doing in California?
I don't know.
Unbelievable. But so we see this happening. People are having, and this, I literally said it yesterday. I was like, SHTF does not have to be a civil unrest situation. And likely is going to be a car crash or a natural disaster, right? There's a bunch of reasons why we have go bags. I really hope everyone was able to stay safe. Something that was kind of disturbing that I don't have confirmed reports on as of yet, but it is being rumored that these 30,000 evacuated individuals are not finding a place to be because the current shelters are taken up by a group of non-citizens that are being preferred by local officials rather than the dispersed residents.
Interesting. The
Very,
dumpster
very
fire continues.
That is scary to think about, right?
Yeah.
You pay your taxes. You have this multi-million-dollar home that burns to the ground,
and then you get denied you have a place to stay and like hide while everything's going on. To a bunch of illegals.
Yeah, and it's we even got worse stuff about insurance that we're going to be getting into as well. But this is a view from a neighbor's backyard in Los Angeles last night. Power lines were sparking against the trees. The neighbor and him had been trying to call 911 and the fire department for 45 minutes with no answer as instructed. This is what the power company told them to do, is call your local fire department, your police. No one was answering. Yes, a lot's going on, but the city, in his opinion, failing us. These are the sparks from the power lines as they happen. Have you ever been around a transformer blowout, Isaac?
I have. It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, this blue light, this is a very unique blue light that happens at the time. Now, just more sparks he was worried about. It says the fire department, don't worry about it. Finally spoke to them, and they said, call us if something actually catches fire. And then the ash started falling in the air at the end of this video. Just absolutely terrifying. And for those asking, yes, he did ask the power company to cut the power. They told him, no, we will not cut the power. Absolutely disgusting. Like, that is a nightmare scenario, especially for people and how much money they put into those homes. And now, to add salt to the wound, it looks like fire insurance on homeowners was canceled few months prior to this event, and then shutting off the water, massive cancellations of homeowners' fire coverage policies by insurance companies only weeks before the Palisades fire in SoCal. One of the major insurance companies canceled all of the policies in our neighborhood 4 months ago, according to actor James Woods. Water reservoirs in LA were purposely left empty, and people were left trapped, stranded to die without any help, just like what happened in Maui. What in the hell is going on in Los Angeles? This is absolutely nuts. We have more reports on these. I was doing a lot of, making sure that this was real. I didn't want to be hyperbolic if it wasn't going on. But it looks like State Farm had dropped a lot of homeowner insurance applications in California, citing the growing risk for catastrophes like wildfires and the rising cost to rebuild, all the way back in 2023. This is according to NPR. These are the fact checker nerds themselves admitting that this is happening years ago, right? And they weren't even allowing new applications 2 years ago. Now we see, just in the last few months, people were actively being dropped by their current insurance policies. Absolutely insane. And beyond that, there's a little bit of extra stress when it comes to this insurance setup. This is from Patrick Bet-David. California homeowners insurance causing 7% of all real estate deals to fall out of escrow. Just in March of 2024, State Farm said it would renew around 30,000 new home insurance policies beginning in July. The policies of California destroying a once great state. He was talking about it as well. And some other, you know what? We're going to go there. I got to go there. We're going to talk about another policy that probably has a pretty negative impact on the ability to respond to such an event. And this is the hiring procedure, the hiring parameters, the preferred hiring personnel of the city of Los Angeles.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I said, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters.
Never enough. It's never enough. When you hear someone say that, when it comes to preferential hiring, you got to have a little bit of stop to pause. It's never enough for them. Let's keep going.
Fighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and
So it serves a greater purpose. Wouldn't the greater purpose of a firefighter to fight fucking fires?
You would think so, Drew, but no, they just want to fit in and be part of the crew.
Jesus.
they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me. I'm super inspired.
So with this, you can take that and analyze it for yourself. But honestly, we should not be doing virtue hiring. We should be hiring on credentials, not on even sexual orientation, any of those things. It should be literally based on credentials, right? And your ability to do the job. And now we have this woke chipmunk running things for the Los Angeles Fire Department, just causing absolute chaos. And big changes need to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Big changes. Now, we have more. We're going to be looking into more chaos here on the other side. But first, this is the latest view from Pacific Palisades. The mall did survive, but everything else is gone in Palisades. This is an absolutely crazy visual.
Right here. This is where it's got to be. This is, oh my God. What? I've never, look at this. Beyond comprehension. Oh.
That is terrifying.
That's really scary.
That is bad news, Bear. So, and I will say this. There's a lot of reports of California sending all of their material to Ukraine, all their firefighting equipment. Brought it up to DZ. We did some fact checking. DZ found it. The specifics of it were that they were out of service vehicles that were sent over to the Ukraine. So they weren't giving their actively in operation or recent operational materials. They were giving things that have been retired to Ukraine. So there's a little bit of a gray area as far as that goes. But the larger scheme of things is people are hurting. They need places to go. And here on the East Coast, it's moving in the opposite direction. There's an 85% chance that now we are going to get a snowstorm on Friday morning here in Georgia. Atlanta is projected to get 4 inches of snow. So Atlanta itself, we're a little bit north of that. We're probably looking at maybe 4 to 6 inches of snow up here. And in the darker purple area, you get a little bit heavier snowfall, up to 8, maybe 9 inches in these zones. Absolutely crazy to see this snow hit in Atlanta, though. It's going to be pretty, a lot of people think, just a little bit of snow. When you have infrastructure that hasn't really been tested in those types of situations, things can get really hairy. The trees, when the ground is wet and the trees that are massive out here, when they get weighed down by, ice and other things, they can break and hit power lines. There's power lines running through trees all over the damn place. What are you saying in the chat? Oh,
I'm having a conversation with VZ Fat Cat and Tom G and MVP. Okay,
Yeah.
You can continue.
Zachary Martin hits the nail on it. We have no infrastructure for.
That's very true. We're
Yeah.
screwed.
And people don't have experience driving in the snow out here. So it's not about how good you are driving in the snow. It's about how good the other people are as well, heavily. And I think I'm going to be staying in on Friday, maybe be streaming from home. But very upset because that was supposed to be our pew pew day, our long range pew.
Yeah.
I don't know about it, man.
I know it's not looking very probable now.
Not looking great. I mean, I could go out there snow, but where we have to go is high elevation. It's windy mountain roads. And it's pretty far, you know, so it'd be like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at least on windy, icy, you know, higher elevation roads.
Sounds like a great old time. It's lore.
Yeah. Now, Trump was asked about a few specifics on what he is talking about with this worldwide takeover. Let's have a listen.
And the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
We are back, baby. Not fiscally, of course. We're still dying in big. But I am very excited macroeconomically, culturally for the time frames ahead. Very, very excited for it. And you know what? The Gulf of America sounds really good to me. Trump is also filing for an emergency petition to the U.S. Supreme Court to prevent sentencing in New York versus Trump on Friday, trying to stop this. Basically, they're trying to sentence him in New York. He's wanting to put an emergency petition to the U.S. Supreme Court to stop it. We'll see how this plays out. This is People of the State of New York by Alvin Bragg, Acting Justice Juan Merchan, and Supreme Court of New York County. So we'll see how that plays out. But on the other side of things, Trump is also saying that he plans to cut taxes, slash regulations, and so much more. Let's have a listen to what he's talking about.
Working with the Republican majorities in Congress, will cut taxes, slash regulations, raise wages, and boost incomes at a pace the world has not seen before.
So, giving a little bit of political pressure to the Federal Reserve there.
Mm-hmm.
Giving a little pressure to the Federal Reserve. And now, Federal Reserve's like, oh, we're private. You can't give us any pressure. We're not, you know, politically connected. Honestly, their actions speak louder than words. Jerome Powell acting like a pussycat, using fake data leading up to the election about jobs, so many more things, inflation rates. They do seem politically motivated, so why keep acting like they're not? And that was another thought that I had when it came to this whole Greenland, Gulf of Mexico, Panama Canal, Canada takeover, right? It's like, if the State Department and our Federal Reserve run you anyways, why don't we as America get the credit for it? We may as well put our flag there too, you know?
Why not?
Stop playing patty cake and act like it's not the case. That's kind of the situation we're at. I have visions when I was a kid, Trump would be the last president. You know what? This S reminds me of Armageddon, the movie The Stand. That's a good movie. VZ Fat Cat. Bring up The Stand. Have you ever seen The Stand?
No. If you ask me a question, if I've watched the movie, the answer is most likely 95% of the time, no.
Why? You're a child.
I don't watch movies.
You don't watch movies?
No, I'm trying to be a cyborg, Drew.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He told his mom he's going to get a...
Yeah, I told my mom I was going to be a cyborg with these AI glasses because I got my dad onto them too.
Yeah.
And she was giving me a rant about how she hates AI glasses and AI in general. So, Mom, if you're watching this, your son's going to be a cyborg.
Oh, my gosh. It's happening so fast. They grow up into cyborgs so quick, don't they?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sad.
Incredible. Great. Now, the mayor of Toronto...
Oh, God, we're going here? Let's do
it. Dude, I can't... Oh, we're going to need some engagement from the chat if we want to see.
So, this video that we have pulled up right now is very, very unhinged. It's... Y'all might think it's like, oh, it's just a normal unhinged. No, it's unhinged.
Yeah.
Type 1 in chat if you want to see this video. Type 2 in chat if you do not want to watch this video. Now, make it quick because we don't got the time to spare.
Yeah,
now,
let us know, you guys. We need that feedback before we press play on that bad boy. But why did China just cut the AT&T and Verizon undersea internet cables that run to Taiwan? Very, very interesting, kind of sneaky move that it looks like China's pulling on Taiwan. A little bit of tug of war. Okay, we're getting, it's all ones. It's all ones. I have no choice.
Damn it.
I have no choice.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
All right. Hold on.
Hello, it's me, Arabia Child, man of Toronto, Canada, and I am a shark and appalled by a president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, talk about the annexation of Canada. This is unacceptable. As a man, we will protect Toronto with a fight to the death. Using a Uber Eat driver as a restaurant defense. Bike lane will become a trenches. And we will use the snowballs and the chicken balls to fight off the invaders.
I can't do it anymore, bro. Okay. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. So, let's just be honest. Canada, you're gonna surrender. If we want Canada, we're gonna take Canada. Okay, calm down. Doesn't have to go that way. This mayor of Toronto, Olivia Chow, probably won't be able to keep her job if that happens.
Probably not.
Probably not. Now, she's done a lot of things that the people, here she is seen dancing with furries in the streets.
Sad.
She's done a lot of weird stuff in her time as the mayor there. And there's been some questions if the Chinese Communist Party put her there as a plant. So, very questionable career she's riding on. But we are a questionable channel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so just to keep things fair. Now, speaking of questionable people, Richard Hart. Oh gosh, is K-Jam's phone hacked? I'll hit him up after the show. Absolutely, yeah. Alden. Thank you for the super chat. Richard Hart. Looks like his watches are going up for auction potentially. A millionaire suspected of gross tax fraud disappeared from Finland, leaving behind 20 extremely valuable wristwatches. And the moral of the story here, he was sitting there, look at my watch, peasant, right? Flexing all of the money that he had, right?
Yeah.
Now the cow comes home, and look at that.
No more watches.
No more watches.
No more watches. You don't get no watches anymore.
Yeah. Police have seized the watches belonging to the cryptocurrency millionaire Richard Schuler, which is his official name. Honestly, when you see people acting that way, you have to wonder what their intentions are. You really have to wonder what their intentions are if they're acting in such an arrogant, jackassery type of approach. Robert, with the €4, is that euros?
I believe so.
I think it's euros. Can you check Tima? It's holding up well during this crypto bloodbath. KuCoin listing,
no,
maybe.
Tima for you.
Tima? I mean, maybe. I hope you do good with it. How is the bloodbath going, by the way? Are we still dead? Did we die? Wait, are we getting a V-shaped recovery?
We're getting a resurgence pump.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, is Solana above $200 again? Fuck no. My Solana bags are doing poor. My drift bag is not going so well, guys.
I'm really glad that you let me get through all the official news before we start getting unhinged.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now let's check out where Solana is. Are we back under $200 again? It is sitting here, if this ever loads, at $196. $192. Oh
my God. My bags.
Ooh, boy.
My bags.
All right, so this is what we do in these situations.
Buy more.
We buy more.
Exactly.
We buy more.
I got to go get some more dry powder. I
right.
used all mine this morning.
Yeah, good thing Callie gave us 20 memberships. We'll be able to stay in business for another week. Appreciate that. Starting to hate Jasmine. Blackout Prestige. Probably, Jasmine was looking really weird on the website. You know what? Let's go look at Jasmine. Why not? Let's look at this bloodbath.
Why not?
Jasmine. I know a lot of people were trying to talk me into this coin for a long time, and I just couldn't do it because the freaking website was just so whack. And on the year, it doesn't look terrible. This is a problem. There's your issue. That's your issue right there. Yeah, here's your market cap. This should be your price. Instead, that's your market cap. Here's the price. So there's a problem there.
Or the opposite.
Let's just get away. New channel ideas. What do we got? New channel ideas?
I don't know.
Maybe fighting around the world.
Something like that.
Fighting around the world.
We go to battle. Okay, let me stop.
Oh my God.
I love
What's
it.
the biggest sale here? biggest sales going on. Movement, WorldCoin, Ondo. Oh, is this my watch list? No, this isn't my watch list. This is, some of the tokens on here I hold though. Ondo, God. $1.23. Pudgy Penguins down to 0.34 cents now. Celestia under $5 again. Holy cow.
Jeez.
Holy cow.
Is Near still at $5?
Near, I think, let's look at Near. Near, I bet you, is at $5. This is an insane comment here. And, you know, I will say this. I like Crypto Lifer's content. I think he's pretty good at Bitcoin TA.
Yeah.
But the whole Rolex thing and a couple other choices he's made,
Not the
you know,
least.
I was like, but you know, it's you do you kind of thing, I guess.
It's your
right?
money.
It's your show. It's your money, whatever. He was always talking about that Jasmine coin too. Yeah, I saw that. Now Near Protocol is holding at exactly $5, basically $5.04. And I am going to punch a hole through the wall. Now, this coin is so aggravating. It has been just magnetized to this $5 level. Hopefully it holds this level as support for the love of God. Now I got to look at a lot of different crypto projects right now because now's the time I'm buying, right? And look at this chaos. Guess which one's up?
MAGA meme coin.
Yep, MAGA meme coin. MAGA meme coin. Everyone cheer. We got up 7.4% today, almost $3. That's absolutely insane. XRP not down too bad. Credit where credit is due. Okay,
And,
look at this. XRP is only down by 0.8%. That is insane. That is insane. Shadow token not down too much. That's great. A little play I have in the portfolio. A little Ethereum down 4%, but everything else absolute bloodbath. Chainlink coming to that. Chainlink's most important spot's about $19.50 from what I was looking at. And a lot of these are at my traditional buy levels. Moonwell at 5 cents. Alien Base at 2 cents. Absolutely crazy. Jupiter getting near that 70-cent realm. Cardano still right under $1. A little bit weaker than XRP. Aerodrome at $1.25. The last buy I did just a little bit at $1.30. This level, not too bad. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted by that level. Morpho, that's insane. So yeah, Morpho's down by 12% today, but Morpho is nearly $3 still. Morpho, a lot of people are asking me when pullback on this project because directionally I can just tell this thing is insanely bullish. Let's go to the month. This is what I'm talking about. It pumped up to like $3.70 on this chart. And if you look at it on the yearly, I mean, this is a very, very strong, steady upswing for this project. Hopeful pullback moments I have for this at around like the $2.30 realm. If I can capture this little trough right here, more than likely it's going to be able to hold this $2.90 level. You see a lot of confluence built up right there. So that's going to be kind of a tough buy to get that thing cheaper. Let's check out our favorite Solana auxiliary projects. Orca. This is one that I still need to buy.
Yeah.
And I want to see what we got. 8% on the day. Oh, that nice sweet swoop to the upside is broken as of right now. Obviously, you know, Bitcoin is still playing the tune for the rest of the market, so these altcoins will largely follow it, except for the outliers like Trump token and XRP like we're seeing today. But Orca now at $3.60, and I wonder if Radium is getting near $4. Not near $4. We're at $5 flat right now. It fell down to about $4.86. Really love to get some Radium down closer to this $4 range. It is looking pretty darn strong though, so might have to just end up pulling the trigger on that anyways. But we do have some other altcoin news we got to get into. Looks like Judge Catherine Fila. Is that how you say that?
Phyla, yeah.
Phyla paused the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase, citing conflicting rulings on crypto's legal status. Called it a novel issue requiring appeals court review, so putting the overall exchange Coinbase battle against the SEC on hold for the bull market, which is good. That is good. You need to slide your screen over a hair. Which way? Let's go this way. There we go.
Sure.
Probably. Thank you for looking out. Thank you very much, Kevin. Now, this.
Oh, God.
We were wondering where Hawktua was. I know why she's been hiding.
There once was a girl named Haley Welch. She worked in a factory in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, that girl became pretty well known overnight for a secret skill that made all them boys happy. Until one day, she fell asleep and disappointed them all. Come on, Hawktua, you gotta get up. Let's go, Haley Welch. It's time to wake up. You've been sleeping too long and your crypto's down. You're a real long way from that Tennessee town. You never should have trusted a guy named Doc after getting real famous for spitting on a cock. Told me you're tired, you were going to bed, but never said what happened to the crypto bread. Insider pump, big scam rug pull. Be real with us, you know we heard enough bull. Hawktua, spit on that thing, then your team made millions from a crypto scheme. You're probably getting calls from the SEC. Gary Gensler don't want you to spit on his PP. Nope. They'll send you to prison, that'll be spooky. I don't think you should expect any letters from Pookie.
So usually I find this, and this is cringe, but it's so cringe, it's good.
Yeah, it was just a tad bit funny, but it's also one of those songs that you like hate with a passion. That's what makes it so good.
Yeah. And Haley Welch was seen in a multi-$1,000 bikini in an Instagram post, I believe. So she's hanging out on the beach, probably hanging out with Joe Biden, honestly, practicing Hawktua. But she's not coming back to Twitter, right? She's just going to deal with the rug pull that ensued in courts. Not going to try to probably not going to try to engagement farm you once again. If she does return, or you see someone return or come into the limelight like her in the next year or two, please take the lessons learned over the last 2 or 3 months. What you got, Isaac?
And don't put like 10 to 30K in a project like that.
Boom.
You fucking moron.
Boom. This is when you're dealing with these meme coins, very, very small allocation. Okay, please, for the love of God, play that game very carefully, because yes, you can get insane upside, and wow, you can change your life overnight if you put $5 into a $5,000 project and it goes to $1 million, right? Right. That's amazing. But honestly, 99% of these things go to zero. If not 100% of these things go to zero over a 10-year time frame, in my opinion. So please, please keep the risk tolerance to a very minimal level. Now, this from Ignis DeFi, Bubble Maps coming out with an airdrop. Entered a new era where you'll be able to get rewarded with tokens for using off-chain apps. Nansen, Kato, and now Bubble Maps. It looks like, he's just being a SpongeBob here. A mid-curver question. Mindshare community and users matter more than utility. Token volatility is a key feature too. You earn bubble points by inviting active users and then just using the Bubble Maps V2. The V2 is invite only with a wait list. Existing users can invite via email. So if you're interested, make sure to go on over to Bubble Maps. We use Bubble Maps all the time to look at these meme coins, to look at the distribution. And honestly, Bubble Maps is pretty useful, and it was much more useful when it first came out. Now these pump and dump schemers have learned to kind of spread out the holdings within the wallets, so that it looks cleaner than it really is. So you have to keep that in mind. The con artists are trying to out-con new systems. They're not 100%. Bubble Maps is not 100%, but it is a useful tool for anyone that's new to crypto or wanting to get involved with meme coins. Very, very useful to use. So now we have 30 reasons to be bullish on Jupiter Exchange from Fabiano.Sol. Do him a favor and read the thread. If you don't feel like buying more Jupiter afterward, I've officially failed as a threader. Grayscale listing. Highly trusted research platform. Grayscale has added Jupiter to the top 20 coins of Q1 and as an asset under consideration for potential inclusion in future investment products. It's very, very interesting to see them adding. It's right under right over Aerodrome. We have a couple other options here. Grass. I've had a lot of people ask me about Grass. I'm not buying it. But I've seen some people make money on it. Virtuals Protocol here. Athena, the ENA, Bitensor, Aave. They obviously have their AI shield package put together here. But another one that's sneaky on here is Akash. And Akash, what was the other one? Live Peer.
Live Peer, yeah.
Willisford, I've lost millions of dollars today. Wow. I mean, if that was just a portion of your bag, I'm sorry, but that's a good problem to have. right? Because you know what? If we just hodl into the year of 25, you know, we're going to be looking pretty good. Looks like VZ Fat Cat, give him a bow. He's officially over 1 Bitcoin. Good job. Absolutely. That is a fantastic, good job by you. Now, Jupiter's revenue is generating some crazy revenue. In November 24 alone, they achieved a total revenue of approximately $17 million. A very, very good move. Now, something that's interesting, we get this bull post about Jupiter, and I've been bullish about it for a long time. And they do have that airdrop coming out. I'm going to be receiving an airdrop because of how much swaps I've done on Jupiter.
Yeah.
Going to have a lot of sell pressure, though. I'm just going to come out and say it right out of the gates. It's going to have a lot of sell pressure because you're going to be getting an airdrop to all of these, you know, Solana meme coin degens. They're going to dump it. They're going to see a new shiny meme. I saw someone have the idea of starting a dog fart coin, right? Saw fart coin. Now I'll probably see the animal versions of them. Dog fart coin, cat fart coin, lizard fart coin. But a lot of these airdrops in Jupiter are going to be YOLO'd right back into the Solana ecosystem. The past few months, every 17th daily active wallet used Jupiter Swap. This possibly a record-breaking number with over 1 million swaps daily. Jupiter is one of the most used platforms on Solana, along with Radium, 50/50 tokenomics as well, with unique tokenomics 50% of the team and 50% for the community, strengthening the idea of working for and with each other for a common success story, and a 30% supply burn during Catstantable. Jupiter will burn 30% of its supply. They're burning 3 billion Jupiter tokens worth about $3 billion, making it one of the largest token burns in crypto history. It's pretty funny. He wrote this thread 2 days ago, probably, or a day ago, when Jupiter is around $1. Now it's at 80 cents. Life comes at you quick. But that's how fast the crypto markets move. Hopefully Bitcoin's ready to go up. What do we got? We're still working with this V-shaped recovery. That's great. We're on the 1 minute because I'm a psychopath. Let's back it up. 5 minutes. A little hot on the stochastics. Let's go to 15 minute. Let's see here. Man, I mean, we got a lot of fighting to do. It is looking just generally heavily oversold, but look at how weak that 1 hour MACD upswing looks right now. Yes, the overall moving average is low, but stochastics pretty damn high on the 4 hour. Let's take a look. Everything's registering very, very oversold and ready for a pump on the 4 hour. So we will see. This is the Fibonacci level Kelly had me look at yesterday, just from the local bottom to the local high recently experienced. And let's see if we ran it, because I know Kelly was talking about 95, like right around 95.7. It cut through this shit like butter. The only thing that 95.7 did is act as resistance for us over 2 4 hour candles, and then back down into hell we went. We snapped right back into this basic starting point. Absolutely crazy market reset. This gives you whiplash as a trader, seeing the markets go up and down in that violent fashion. Absolutely crazy, but a good time to DCA for sure. Now, on the base chain side, it did come out that they have no plans to issue a network token for Base. Ethereum is the gas token, OP is the governance token, and Arrow is the ecosystem token. Base, new bio built on Ethereum, built like a super chain. They don't have any plans for rolling out their own token, which is good news for Aerodrome, for OP, and honestly for Ethereum. Now, Base and its relationship with Ethereum, kind of a nuanced situation, because, you know, Base makes using Ethereum dirt cheap, but it also makes using Ethereum very heavily done, right? So in the long term, it's getting hooked into the financial ecosystem of crypto in an unmovable manner, but the transactional pressure, the tokenomics of the Ethereum token itself are kind of taken away, and I think that's kind of playing into why Ethereum is lacking that real oomph on pumponomics that we've seen. You know, we're sitting here stuck at, what are we at? On Ethereum, it's probably still at 3,300. It's been just struggling, and we got very, very near $4,000. Yeah, 32.99. Damn, I'm good. 32.99 for an Ethereum token. And at large, you know, if we see more side roads built around Ethereum, with these layer 2s and these ways around using the high gas fee of Ethereum itself, rather than just using layer 2s or rollups, it's going to have some it's going to take away the oomph from the pumponomics of Ethereum. But at large, it looks like it is here to stay anyways. So Human Centipede coin, wow, that took a turn.
I did take a turn.
You haven't seen Human Centipede either, huh?
Nope, I've been away from memes.
Yeah, it's not a meme coin. It's a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't watch movies, Drew.
Yeah, I would recommend you don't watch that. That's a very, very disturbing movie. Let's see here. Sequoia looking good. Market manipulation dip. Papakuth, I feel that 100% of my bones. This is the monsters of this traditional finance system just shaking us off the boat as much as they can. Let's look at Metis. That's a good throwback here. Metis, I remember we were looking at it a while back and the overall ecosystem looked good. See where the price has been looking like as of late. It's at $39, down 11% today. Pretty standard pain and suffering. Now, this is not standard pain and suffering. This is the yearly graph. Lost a lot of this shelf. This is a shelf at around $85,000 or $85. It has fallen back heavily. You were trying to get this higher low recovery pattern going, and it has dipped back into the trenches. Holy good googly moogly. We're gonna check. We need to check a few things on Metis here. So and I'll just talk out loud as I go through the process. Now I see a chart that worries me on a project that technologically looked pretty good. Let's go to DeFi Llama. Go here. See if we can get some data on where the TVL is sitting. So Metis, type this in here. Get the project pulled up. Now it's going to show the TVL initially. Touch. There we go. So TVL not looking great. TVL is not looking great. It seems that it was a kind of bear market squeeze. It seems like it was a bear market squeeze. This is going, right around. I mean, it had all of its good times basically in 2022. Had some good times, I guess, at like the front end here. Oh my gosh. Let's go to the and this is like the recent, let's go win on Fent, zoom in. What do we got here? So this is the beginning of 2024. And you're sitting at like $93 million in total locked value. So we're trying to evaluate how it dug itself out of basic accumulation markets and, bear market action here. It went from about 23 up to 93, to kind of its peak. It has been falling downhill ever since. And here we go. Let's get the price to TVL comparison. Yeah, this is, and you got a fresh kind of downward. It's hard to see. Maybe I can zoom in here, but it looks like it's ready to dump more. It does look like it's ready to dump more. Wouldn't be surprised if it falls down to these levels. What does that mean in terms of true and tried price? This thing could go from where it's sitting at $39 down to the $29 area very, very easily. So we got to think about that. Now, at large, having conviction in projects that we're believers in is going to be a major, major thing that makes winners and breaks losers, right? If we're trying to dip our hands into one cookie jar, then get out after getting wrecked just slightly and just playing this hot potato game, it diminishes the returns. We have to find projects that we've been researching. We've spent, the last 2.5 years, maybe 2 years, stacking crypto, preparing for the bowl of 2025. A lot of people are like, I'm out of dry powder. I've already pulled over. I can't pull over any further. And I understand that feeling. But you know what? We're here for this market. I am leaning into this market. I'm leaning into the pain. I'm going to be using a large chunk of my dry powder to buy crypto on this dip. Thoughts on DAG? Let's take a look at, DAG had an important level at 5 cents. Let's see if we lost it. Damn near. We're at 5.2 cents right now, down 10% on the day. We were just at freaking 10 cents too, just about. This is crazy. So that's 5 cent level is a very, very historically important level to hold. for DAG. If we do lose this, it's a quick ride to 3.5 cents right there. So painful to hear, but that's the reality of it. And I can't ignore what I'm looking at. This freaking head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin is undeniable. It's staring me right in the face. I cannot deny what I'm looking at here, but also going to be keeping an eye on what I noticed this morning with kind of this diminished returns chop pattern that we are seeing. Maybe it's market manipulation, or maybe it's just the fact that we are now already at $2 or $3 trillion market cap, and $1 trillion is a lot harder to come up with, right? So that is something I'm keeping an eye on, being very, very careful as things sit right now, because the play, if you do the measured move, brings us right down to $77,000 on the head and shoulder pattern. So be careful out there. It's a good time to DCA. And if you don't already, keep your crypto on a cold storage wallet. We have a great deal. I believe if base 20 doesn't work, we still have the deal base 10. You might be able to get 20% off still, but make sure to utilize our discount code, support the channel, and get your crypto the hell off of exchanges. Do not take the idea of leaving your crypto with a third party lightly, because I've seen many exchanges go defunct and the user's assets are then gone, chopped up, paid to lawyers in years of legal arbitration. So make sure to keep your crypto safe. Use code BASE20. If that doesn't work, BASE10. Get your own crypto cold storage wallet. This is Arculus. It's one of the best in the business to use. I love and appreciate every single one of you out there. Cali Crypto Dude, if you are in California, please be safe. And thank you very much for the memberships and supporting this channel. We're going to definitely be able to keep the lights on for at least another week because of you. Chaka Nwanda, Bob, Blasnik, BZ, Fat Cat, Alden, Zachary Martin, Killed by Death, Willis Wilsford, all the homies, Fade and TradFi. I appreciate every single one of you. Realists, I'll look at that. Send me a message on Twitter, Fade and TradFi. We'll make sure to tag it for tomorrow's show. And until then, be blessed. Truth out. The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel. Use code BASE10 and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today.